everybody, this is Sherry with Just One Day Travel Tours. I am your Kansas City tour guide. I do walking and bus tours throughout the Kansas City region and some specialty tours off to other distant places for groups and group travel. I'm going to talk a little bit today about the group tour or the walking tours more specifically. So I have theme tours that anybody can choose from, and they can be walking tours or expanded into a bus tour. So it really depends on what you're looking for. The bus tours are generally prearranged groups with anywhere from 10 to 55 people, depending on what the group does. A lot of my groups come to me from conferences, military reunions, family get-togethers, things like that. Special events where people want to get together and go do a different kind of experience. One of the themes is the Kansas City Hopper Tour or the Kansas City Streetcar Experience. Both of these are the walking one starts at Union Station. We get on the streetcar, and it is not going down the streetcar and saying, here's on the left, here's on the right. It's stopping, getting off, observing, walking through some alleyways, walking through some areas, walking up and down the different zones to try and see the Pendergast office, the J. Rieger Hotel, all the theaters that were there, and the history and the things that happened there with the explosions or the ghost or the gangsters or all the different things that happen. And then we go all the way down to the city market. If this one happens to get booked on a Saturday or Sunday morning, the city market is absolutely buzzing with all the vendors and showcasing things, and the food market is open. Huge, good time. That would be a really great family day event, all of that going on. That's one of my favorites. The other one is the Gangsters. The Gangsters Tours is very much city specific to Kansas City and all the gangster activity we had here. A lot of people don't realize that Kansas City even had gangsters, and we really were part of the whole trifecta there with Chicago, New York, and Kansas City. And we start actually at City Market and work our way back up to the Union Station, also stopping along the way to see all the different locations and talk about some of the history and things like that happened and how it came to be, and even going as far back as to like the late 1800s when Kansas City was just growing and how it actually came into Kansas City. So there's a lot of history in there as well. One of the other ones is the mural tours. We actually start in the Crossroads District area, and we go from there all the way over to the east side. We catch all the big ones and all the little ones in the alleyways all along the way. We talk about technique and artist and different styles and designs, and just explore the whole creative, beautiful area that is Kansas City. Two great organizations in Kansas City called Spray KC and Spray C Mo. I think we're up to at least 300 murals in the Kansas City area, and that doesn't count the alleyways. And so it's just kind of a really cool artistic art journey to go out and see those things, and find all the ones that are hidden away. That's the big secret, is finding the ones that are hidden away. I also do another one called Art and Garden, where we start at Kaufman Memorial Garden. Beautiful garden that's run by Pal Gardens. It's always planted every year. And it is a memorial garden for the Kaufman Foundation and all the things that he did there. So it's history about the Kaufman family, the major offices across the street. We talk about those. We talk about Printers Row. We go up around the Nelson and we wander through the sculpture garden. I think there's over 40 Henry Moore sculptures in the area. And then we go up to the main landing at the front of the Nelson. There we go. And there's like the Thinker and a few other sculptures. We go around the back. We talk about the Kansas City Art Institute, and over to the Kemper Contemporary Museum, where we take a stop inside there to enjoy the art. It's a smaller museum, but it's always interesting, and they always have a feature going on almost all the time. This one would make a really great girls' night out, girls' day out, because the Oil on Linen Cafe is inside there. So if you want a private tour to do the art and garden thing and stop for lunch, we just add a little bit of time to the situation. You buy your own lunches, and then we go finish off the tour, go around the other side of the Nelson back down to where we started. That one's one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. There's so much things going on in there, and the art in the gardens and being out in nature is just fabulous. So that one's a good one too. And then I have one that's strictly in the city market, a little less walking because it's very local and kind of hyper hyper central to the city market area. There's a lot of murals in there. All the old buildings, the beginning of Kansas City with the brothels and the bars and the biggest gambling ring in the Kansas City area was in the basement of the police station. I mean, come on. There's just tons of history in there. And that's what I love about it all, and tying it all together and making it all work. I also do a special foodie tour in the Kansas City market as well. We kind of do that tour and stop for different food along the way. And that one's a good one as well. So sign up for my email. Send me a note if you have any questions. Feel free to ask lots of questions. I am very excited to kick off the season this year. I have an extra edition. It's a specialty one for the summertime because the Parade of Hearts is coming out, and I'm doing a Hearts and History tour where we'll go and combine as many hearts as we can see in the area, and I'll tell you all about the history in those little zones. So I'm excited to do that one this year as well. If you're coming to Kansas City because of the big game, welcome to Kansas City. I am so excited to have everybody here. I am booking a lot of extra tours early on. So if you know you're coming at a certain game, send me a note and we'll set up a special tour just for your group. I'd be absolutely happy to do that. So have a great weekend, everybody.